When we graph a system of constraints, we want to make sure we're solved for y for each of our equations. I like to do that first so that I know how to draw my axes and what to count by. I'll talk about that in a second. But first, let's take each equation and solve for y. 2x plus y is less than or equal to 7, so we'll subtract 2x from both sides. So we have y is less than or equal to a negative 2x plus 7. And then the other equation, we have x plus 4y is greater than or equal to 16. So we subtract x from both sides and then divide everything by 4. So we have y is greater than or equal to, this negative x over 4 is a negative 1/4 x plus 4. So if I look at the four equations that we need to graph, there's a 7 y-intercept and also a y-intercept of 4. And then the other two equations are just the horizontal and vertical ones. So when I draw my graph, I can, think about where do I want my axes. I'll go ahead and draw this one right here. And what should I count by? Because I have to fit this plus 7. That's the biggest y-intercept I have. So since that's not too big, I think I can just count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Count by ones along the bottom also. Alright, so we need to graph x is greater than or equal to 0. This is always going to be your vertical line. It's going to be on the y-axis, which can be confusing, but it's the vertical line. X is greater than or equal to 0. And then greater than means we're going to be shading on the right side of this. Next we have y is greater than or equal to 0, which is going to be our horizontal line, which will put it right on the x-axis even though it's y is greater than or equal to 0. This is where all of the y's are 0, and it's greater than, so we're shading above. Next we have y is less than or equal to a negative 2x plus 7. So we go up to 7 on the y-intercept and put a point. And then the slope is negative 2, so down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. And we get this line. And because it is less than or equal to, we're going to be shading below this. So far I've got that triangle shaded. We'll see what the last equation does to it. Y is greater than or equal to a negative 1/4 x plus 4, so we go up 4, put our point, and then negative 1/4, so down 1 over 4, down 1 over 4, and we have this line. And the inequality says we shade greater than, so that's above the line, which puts us now, it takes our bigger triangle that we saw and cuts it down to a smaller triangle. So our shaded region is just this little triangle in here. And that's how we graph the system of constraints.